Once it smiled the silent dell, where the people did not dwell. They had gone unto wars, trusting to the mild-eyed stars, nightly from their azure towers, to keep watch above the flowers, in the midst of which all lay, the red sunlight lazily lay. Now each visitor shall confess the sad valley's restlessness. Nothing here is motionless, nothing save the airs that brood over the magic solitude. Ah, by no wind are stirred those trees that palpitate like the chill seas around the misty Hebrides, islands west of Scotland. Ah, by no wind those clouds are driven that rustle through the unquiet heaven, uneasily from morn till even, over the violets there that lie in myriad types of the human eye, over the lilies there that wave and weep above a nameless grave. They wave from out their fragrant tops, eternal dews come down in drops. They weep from off their delicate stems, perennial tears descend in gems. That poem was called The Valley Unrest by Edgar Allan Poe. And I found it in this lovely book, this lovely edition by Benjamin F. Fisher. I got this book in Barnes & Noble a couple years ago, and I'm really just starting to go through it. I really wanted to catch up on my man Edgar. But I came across this poem, and I thought it was so fitting. It felt very fitting anyway, its wording, and I was talking about peace and war and restlessness and stuff. All the stuff that is going on now, it just felt so applicable. So, yes, that's my poetry reading for the day. Did you know, in the ancient days of the Druids, they had a court bard. And that bard was required to learn many, many, many poems and songs. And take a wild guess. Do you think it was like 50? Do you think it was 100? No, it was 350. 350. I mean, like, people can't memorize that stuff today. I mean, if you think about it, no. It just goes to show that people back in the old days were more focused on, I guess, certain tasks. Or at least differently than we are now. I don't know. I just think 350 is a crazy number. Anyway. Today I just wanted to talk about, I guess, what's going on. I've been having a lot of thoughts about humanity lately, about how we live and our primal instincts. And I guess I say that because I've been thinking about how humanity works at its core. I've been thinking about how we don't achieve peace without war. That rhymed. I'm just in a poetic mood today. And I've been thinking that humanity often goes in circles. Or often repeats itself, rather. I guess not a circle, per se. And we all know the saying, history repeats itself. But there's something about the way humans act that never seems to change. I always thought it went back to our roots of, you know, many, many years ago, when we started out as humans, when we started our farms and whatever. But, you know, I think we developed a separatist thinking. And so when we saw people then of a different color, or a different anything, really, that was different than us, we instinctively told ourselves that it was dangerous, because we didn't know what it was. Well, the thing is, about all that, though, is now we know that there's different colors all over the planet. There's different types of people. There's different genders and sexualities and all that. And we're still afraid. We're still afraid of each other. Is that fear completely unreasonable? No. There's a lot of prejudice. There's a lot of violence going around. A lot of it is completely Not justified whatsoever. But it doesn't help. Division is something that has always carried humanity, and it's something we have to deal with. It's something we have to get rid of. I want to talk for a minute or two about the goddess Brighid, or the goddess Brighid, but first, I wanted to show you my little Poe card, my little card pull. A Poe card, it sounds like an official title. So this is from the Tarot of Druids, which is the only tarot deck I have. And I got here for you, that's two of chalices, if you could see that. So there's two guys drinking their butts off here. Yeah, I took a minute to decide to read this, and I've decided that this means that there's going to be a lot of unusual but great alliances formed. There's going to be a lot of maybe even friendships formed, and there's going to be powerful friendships, that is, and there's going to be a lot more division than we've ever anticipated. I think that's going to come first. I'm really, really sensing that from this card. So, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, if you know what I mean. Anyway, yeah. So about the goddess Brighid today, or Brit or Breed. I call her Breed because I believe, and correct me if you're from Ireland or whatnot, but according to what I know, in Ireland it's supposed to be pronounced Breed. So, Breed. Breed it is. She is a goddess that has appeared to me in a big way in the last couple of years. Many gods and goddesses and spirits have presented themselves to me, especially when I started out on this path. Caradwyn being one of the forerunners. I realize now that she was trying to present me with all the knowledge I needed. Caradwyn is known for her cauldron of knowledge. And that's what she was trying to give to me. She's still around, she's kind of like in the background, but she's not as prominent as she used to be. The Morgan has decided to take a visit every now and then. Her and Matcha, her sister Matcha, presenting me to dark energy. But the most prominent goddess of all of these has been Breed. Breed is a solar goddess. I suppose the Romans, if you will, considered her the goddess, the queen, if you will, of the Druids. She has a lot of aspects. She has a lot of artistic aspects, earthly aspects, and fighting, war, blacksmith, creating weapons. She is a fighter. But she is also creative. She is an artist and a fighter. I am a musician and a writer. And I am somebody who's trying to be less timid in this world. When I was younger, throughout most of my life, I used to be very, very timid. As I got older, I guess you could say I just got tired of it. But I do accredit Morgan to some degree and Breed for helping me get out of this. Lately, I have been imagining Breed with her sword. She's known to have a sword in mythology. And every time she speaks to me or presents herself to me, some reason her sword is always in my right hand, no matter what I do. And I don't know what she wants me to do with it at the moment, but she always gives it to me. And she always wants me to decide where to point that sword. She wants me to put my foot in and fight. She wants me to be a part of it. She wants me to fight with her, I think. Goddesses and gods, they don't always tell you their messages directly. They want you to figure it out. They will give you all the hints in the world, but they will never tell you to your face. Because if you don't think about it, if you don't figure it out on your own, then you won't be able to grow and change and gain knowledge like they want you to. So yes, Brighid is also an artistic goddess. She helped the bards create music and poetry in order to further the wisdom and knowledge of the people. And I always felt, from the time, for many years, even before I started witchcraft, that my purpose as an artist, and now, you know, a bardess, a witch, is to assist and to help, to use my creativity and my abilities to change the world. Just like the bards use their abilities to teach and to change. So, I still don't know what to do. I'm figuring it out. But I think we should all figure it out. I think we should all read poetry and be insightful. And just really think about what should we do as individuals? How could we use our own abilities to help the world become a better place, especially during these times? And, yeah. That's kind of all I wanted to say. I have a lot of other videos I want to do. I want to do a more detailed, like, goddess video. That would be cool. And, yeah. That's it, really, for tonight. I hope I made everything clear. I hope that you're all doing well, as well. I hope you're all feeling well. I hope these situations where, if you are in one of those cities that is having riots, you know, Minneapolis and stuff, I hope you're staying safe, and I hope that things get better. I hope that things make a great change, and I will do my part, and I hope everyone else does their part. So, I believe this will have a great impact, a very, very positive impact, but it's going to take some serious contemplating and thinking. No, you know, emotional impulsivity, which humans, in my opinion, are so naturally drawn to. We are so drawn to be impulsive, and we really can't afford that anymore. We have to be able to step back and really think about what we're doing now. Really contemplate what's the best decision, and how we can really create equality in the long run, to the core. Not just temporarily, and not just talk about it. Yeah, so, I don't know what I'm titling this video. I talked about a bunch of things at once. I guess I just want to jump in front of the camera and talk about what I had in mind, read some good poetry, do some reading. So, yeah. I hope you all have a good night, and I hope that you have a great rest of your weekend and all that, and hopefully you guys have an okay summer, even though things may not be open, things may be open. Don't get sick, don't do it. If you were sick or are sick, you know, get better, take care of yourself, you get the drill. And, you know, one more thing, don't act like the virus isn't out there just because new stuff has cropped up. It's still out there. So, y'all, do your part. Do your part, make the world a better place, all that shenanigans. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm probably gonna read first and then go to sleep. I shall see you guys. Toodles.